Introduced to the blade. I always like blades, watching movies and ninjas and stuff, right? But the
Uh-huh.
funny part is, I was playing with a blade one time, and my grandfather saw me playing with it. He said, "Let me show you how to use it the right way." And
Uh-huh.
I didn't know all of this at the time, but he was a blade specialist too, because he's from the Navajo um
Oh,
culture. He's part of the Navajo culture. You see him, he looks black.
okay.
Um,
So it
so
was just something that was instinctively
yeah,
natural.
kind of, yeah,
It just
it
kind
was
of
amazing.
was in the
And then I was
bloodline,
a
sound
little,
like
about
almost.
13 or 14 when he started showing me. And then when I was with him in Pennsylvania, he showed me a lot of stuff. Um, it was just amazing to me. It was just like, what? They have a skill set for this? I just thought people were just doing anything, but there's actually a skill set. There's curriculum and things like that. As far as the Navajo, I don't know as much as I would like to, but I am doing research. And for what he
Okay.
gave me, I base a lot of stuff that he gave and put it into my knife fighting curriculum. So,
Oh,
which is
okay.
very important. Yeah. What made me really become serious with the knife is after being cut 16 times.
Wait. Run that back. You said how many times were you cut?
I was cut 16 times.
Really? So what happened?
Yeah.
You got
Early
somebody, you got
90s,
jumped, or what was
I
that
was
about?
cut by it was part of a gang initiation, not me joining a gang, but somebody else was joining a gang, and I just happened to be walking downtown Brooklyn at the time, and I was the victim. So I got cut. I still have some of the scars on my arm.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
I was cut here 16 times because they was trying to go for my face, and I was blocking.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they cut my arms up. I'm just glad they wasn't able to stab me, because if that would have been stabs rather than slashes,
Oh,
they didn't know
wow.
what they were doing. But either way, I was cut. There was blood all over the place. I lost a lot of blood. Um, that gave me an eye opener, and I was only about 16 when it happened.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So, but
about
had you
16.
already been like learning
Oh
how?
yeah. I was in the martial arts, but I didn't know the blade stuff and fighting against the blade. I was a karate guy at first, karate and
Ah,
boxing. So I didn't know how to defend against the blade.
I
I just
got
did
you.
my natural defenses, right? Um,
Okay.
and I was hit with a gun first. So that's what another reason I got when they hit me with the back of the head with a gun. I fell down a train station stairs. And as I was on the ground, like trying to get myself together, that's when it was cutting me. And then I heard the guy say, "Just shoot him," and that's why I was like, "What? Shoot him?" And
Mm.
the gun jammed, and then older Caucasian lady came and screamed, and they ran off. But she walked me all the way to my house to my father. So ever since then, I took blades seriously. I started carrying them and started really training with them. And I would ask my grandfather mad questions, and anything that had any kind of blade fighting, I would try to go learn about it. So,
Wow.
yeah. And
That's
then I
so,
was, yeah. So
what,
that's what really, really, really
that's what that was the incentive behind
made, yeah,
learning
yeah,
how to defend
yeah,
yourself against it and that. Well, I can see how that would definitely be an incentive. And the fact
yeah,
that God spared your life, like,
yes. Oh,
yeah,
yes.
some people call my friend like the bionic man and some all these other names they got for him because he has had so many different challenges in life. He don't look anything like what he's been through. We can
Uh,
talk more about that later. But
yes,
you survived that and
yes,
you honed in on that skill and you perfected it. And I know you still, are working on different ways to, you know, not just perfect it even more, but to show other people. And I happen to be blessed to be one of your students
absolutely.
and so I've learned a great deal and so I don't know, I just think some people just kind of like naturally can flow with it. So what I wanted to talk about um when you mentioned that you were boxing,
Yes.
so how important is so for somebody that wants to learn how to do the blade or how to work with the blade and that's new and doesn't really know much about it, how important is it to have proper footwork to help with the flow? And did boxing, being a boxer, having that background and being a boxer, did that help you with your flow? And just how do the two kind of intertwine together?
Wow.
Footwork and the
Um, well, first of all, I'll say this, that the feet are the most important in any art. You got
mm-hmm,
to be able to move, right?
mm-hmm.
You got to be able to angle yourself, be, move forward, move to side, back, evading, retreating, or engaging, right? So
Mhm.
footwork is the most vital. It's more important than these.
More important than
Because
that.
sometimes you can't defend with the hand, but you can escape an attack just by footwork. You may not be able to put your hand out there. You know, somebody's a
Mhm.
knife wielding attacker, you can't put your hand up. You try to meet his knife or whatever with your hands, right? It's not a smart
Mhm.
thing to do, even though it's taught a lot, but it's not a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
That's for something that's last resort and you have no choice. And you just don't want to give up. That's what it's there, but you never engage it, right? The footwork is very important. Boxing, I love boxing because it teaches you to use your whole body in a scientific manner.
Mhm.
Scientific manner. Footwork, that's why it's called the sweet science. The ultimate goal of boxing is to hit and not get hit. That's the
Yeah.
only goal. So everything possible, whether you're slipping, whether you're bobbing and weaving, whether you're ducking, whether you stepping back, forward, side to side, all of those are vital. And the key to
Yeah.
Tertiary, the triangle is very important. Triangle is footwork. There's always an angle there. There's always a point, no matter where you move. It's just mastering the triangle, right? So footwork is vital.
Yeah.
Boxing, with boxing, you're using your hands anyway, right?
Mhm.
You're not grabbing the knife with your feet. You're not boxing with your feet, but you are boxing with your feet by your footwork.
Mhm.
The footwork leads your body leads the hand, right? So all of that is important. Just basic footwork. It don't have to be no fancy footwork, no special salsa dancing or nothing. Just basic steps.
But
In,
learning
out,
it, but
side to
having
side.
proper footwork
That's
would
right.
say
Because
would
if the
make.
hand is not in a good place, at least your body could be in a good place just by simply moving, stepping here, slight
Mhm.
steps, right? Um, the boxing, I came up with a concept, knife boxing. I'm not the creator of it. I thought I was at one point. You know, you come up with stuff, but something
Mhm.
always exists before you, whether you heard it or not.
But you add
So,
your own flair to
but
it,
I
so you
had my
make it
own
you make
flair
it
and my
yours.
own